Hi, my name's Phil Beard, a professional photographer from Canada. Today we have an exclusive tutorial to PSD Tuts on creating a simple vignette effect using Photoshop. This is the image we're going to be working with today, and what we need to do is create a new layer above this background image. So we go to the layers palette, click on the new layer icon, there she is, and we're going to rename this layer Vignette just so we know what it is. It's always a good idea to name your layers when you're getting to do some technical retouching and some heavy duty stuff. It's always good to know what's in the layer. It saves you a lot of time. We're going to fill this layer with a black background fill. So we go to the color palette, select the background color and pull the slider right down to the bottom corner and click OK. We press Command Delete, that fills the layer with black, or it's Control Delete on the PC. Now we need to paint a mid-grey in the center to give that lovely vignette effect. So we go to the brush tool, click on the brush, and the foreground color, we need to set the HSB values here, set the hue to 0, the saturation to 0, and the brightness to 50. So it gives us a perfect mid-grey. And we want to use a nice big brush to paint this effect in, so it's nice and soft, has soft edges. We can change the size of a brush up here by the master diameter, so we say up or down, and as you can see the brush is changing. And we can also set the hardness of the brush here. Because we want this to be a subtle effect, we just want to keep the hardness right down to 0, so then we don't have any too harsh edges or anything like that. So we can also change the brush size using the curly bracket keys on the keyboard. So I'm going to just put a 600 pixel brush, that should do. And we're going to paint the grey nice and soft. As you can see, it gives that nice graded effect. So then we go over to the layers palette and we select soft light as the blending mode. And if I toggle this on and off by clicking the eye, you can see the difference that it makes. So that's basically the vignetting tool. We can add to this effect if we take the vignette layer and pick it up and drop it on the new layer palette. You see it intensifies it by another 100%. And if this is too dark, we can use the opacity sliders and slide the opacity down, just so we can get that really kind of fine control. Another thing that we can do as well is, because we're painting with mid-grey, it doesn't really affect the colours. The black is the darkening element, so we can lighten these areas and just really select the parts that we want to darken. So we're just making this head pop, and we'll probably take some out of here so it doesn't look too dark. And there you go. So if we turn this on and off, we can see that nice subtle gradient. And let's just tone this down a touch. And that's it. Flatten image and save it up. And that's a really quick, simple technique, but as you can see, it's really effective. It really makes the foreground image pop.